Politics is a very interesting game. One Kenya Alliance movement was supposed to hold a rally today in Nakuru County. But Gideon Moi angrily cancelled that rally at the last minute and then retreated to his home in Kabarak, where he met with his supporters. In this video today, I want to try and explain to you guys why Gideon Moi got angry with fellow One Kenya Alliance movement led by Musalia Mudavadi and Kalonzo Musyoka. But before we do that, if you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thank you guys for your continued support. Give this video also thumbs up. Now let us get back to business. Is One Kenya Alliance dead? That's the question. I've gone through the Facebook page of Musalia Mudavadi, the Facebook page of Kalonzo Musyoka. The last time they made update, the last time they updated their official Facebook pages was 5 days ago. And during that time, they attended a One Kenya Alliance movement. So today they were supposed to have a rally in Nakuru. Gideon Moi had laid an elaborate plans for that rally. And yesterday at night, Musalia Mudavadi and Kalonzo Musyoka indicated that they were not going to attend that rally. So that one annoyed Gideon Moi. Of course, they gave the excuse of attending the installation of the new Archbishop of Nairobi, Philip Anyolo. Raila Odinga also attended the same event, and he had planned his rallies in Trans Nzoia and Kakamega. But Raila Odinga still found time and went on with his rallies in Trans Nzoia and Kakamega. So Gideon Moi, in my view, was justified to get mad at One Kenya Alliance movement. In One Kenya Alliance movement, we have three key people. We have Musalia Mudavadi. Musalia Mudavadi is insisting that he must be the presidential candidate. But he's doing nothing about that. If Musalia Mudavadi wants to be the presidential candidate, he should have taken advantage of this particular event. But he just wants to be the presidential candidate. Then there is the Gideon Moi. Gideon Moi is the finance guy. The guy with the money. Is the guy who makes things move in One Kenya Alliance movement. These guys are annoying him, which means next time he might not be willing to put his money on these guys. And that will be a big problem. And then we have the third guy, who is Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Very senior, having been a vice president of the Republic of Kenya. Of course, Musalia Mudavadi has been also a vice president, but for how many years? He has also been Raila Odinga's running mate twice. So in an ideal situation, the most senior guy in One Kenya Alliance should be Kalonzo Musyoka. But they decided not to appear for that rally in Nakuru. Why do you think Gideon Moi got angry and cancelled that rally? The first reason, and this Musalia Mudavadi will have himself to blame, the statement by Cleophas Malala. Cleophas Malala referred to Gideon Moi as the weakest link in One Kenya Alliance movement. How do you refer to someone who is doing everything possible as the weakest link? The truth of the matter is that Cleophas Malala is working for William Samoei Ruto in One Kenya Alliance movement. And Gideon Moi is working for President Uhuru Kenyatta. So Gideon Moi is a problem to Malala, not to One Kenya Alliance movement. He's a problem to Malala because Gideon Moi doesn't have time for William Ruto. And he knows that if everything is working according to Gideon Moi's plan, Musalia Mudavadi cannot join William Ruto's camp. But now he referred to Gideon Moi as the weakest link. So Gideon Moi probably was not very happy by that statement and has told them now that things can't work like that. Let us wait and see how events are going to unfold moving forward. How Gideon Moi is going to relate with the Musalia Mudavadi, and how he's also going to relate with the Cleophas Malala. Because let's face it, in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. There is no way, and I repeat, there is no way a rally which was organized for Nakuru could have just been cancelled. There was no way. There must be some underlying issues, and one of them is the statement by Cleophas Malala. And I tend to think that Gideon Moi has put conditions for Musalia Mudavadi, and those conditions are yet to be met. Number two, I think there is lack of seriousness and focus from One Kenya Alliance movement. I think I once narrated to you guys on this platform that at some point the One Kenya Alliance movement were discussing the issue of who should be their presidential candidate. All of them. I want to be the presidential candidate. I want to be the presidential candidate. And then in one of their meetings, Gideon Moi rose and asked them what they are doing to make themselves the president. None of them was able to answer Gideon Moi. I just indicated that I checked their Facebook pages. The last political activities they engaged in was 5 days ago. Basically last weekend. 5 days ago. I mean, how can someone take you seriously when the last time you had a political activity was 5 days ago? Raila Odinga is in Bungoma. William Ruto was in Embu. William Ruto has had this week very hectic and tight schedule. Raila Odinga at his age has had very hectic schedule, including today several rallies, stopovers in Trans Nzoia and in Kakamega. These guys were waiting for Gideon Moi to organize a rally in Nakuru. Gideon Moi has placed everything. They are saying they're not attending. So Gideon Moi is just justified to believe that these guys lack seriousness. And they're giving the excuse of attending the installation of the new Archbishop of Nairobi, something which they could have still attended, at the same time honored the meeting in Nakuru. Of course, if you want to organize a successful rally in Nakuru, you must depend on the Luyas, you must depend on the Luos, and you must also have your own networks there, which in my view, Musalia Mudavadi, if he was serious about this meeting, would have done that. And because he was showing lack of interest, Gideon Moi saw that these guys are not serious. Number three, why this meeting has been cancelled, in my view, is Ruto, Raila factor in One Kenya Alliance movement. President Uhuru Kenyatta is rooting for Raila Odinga. One Kenya Alliance movement believes that the president can actually support them. But then, William Ruto is also keen on splitting One Kenya Alliance movement. He wants to remove Musalia Mudavadi from One Kenya Alliance movement and is using his team. So these different interests are not converging at any point. And that's why they are having problems. If, for example, One Kenya Alliance movement had decided that let us remove issue of Ruto, let us remove issue of Raila from our activities and focus, Malala will not be calling Gideon Moi the weakest link in One Kenya Alliance movement. So that issue of Ruto and Raila factor is going to create a big problem for these guys. Assuming they went to Nakuru and pulled a huge crowd, who would have taken credit? The credit probably would have gone to Gideon Moi. So probably it has been thwarted, it has been frustrated by the elements I'm saying are working for the deputy president in One Kenya Alliance movement. Or probably even Raila Odinga and his team thwarted this particular activity. But I don't think Raila would have done that because Gideon Moi is actually supporting him in real life. Number four, I think, is lack of structures. For you to hold a successful rally, you must have structures. KANU has structures up to the grassroots. But over time, that structure has been dismantled. And that's the biggest problem he's facing. So probably Gideon Moi realized that without Kalonzo, without Musalia Mudavadi, he was not going to hold a successful rally in Nakuru County. So Gideon Moi decided in his own right that let me cancel this meeting. Musalia Mudavadi and his team probably were not involved. If they were involved, I'm sure there's lawyers who support Musalia Mudavadi in Nakuru. They would have been part of the organization of this particular event. So I tend to think that One Kenya Lands movement lacked one thing: structures, ground structures. To an extent that if, for example, Musalia Mudavadi were to be given the One Kenya Lands presidential ticket, or even Kalonzo Musyoka, they might not have that national network to help them just by a button. Like Ruto, if Ruto goes to a place, if Ruto, like when Ruto was coming to Kitale, it was very easy for him to bring 3,000 people to Kitale. He has his own network down there. So you only activate it, send a text message to them, ask them to come with 10 people each. They'll show up. If there are 200 people, each coming with 10 people, that you already have 2,000 people. Very simple strategy. This One Kenya Lands movement lack that kind of structure. Raila Odinga has that structure. Raila Odinga normally, like this event in Trans Nzoia and Kakamega, it was just announced the other day. And you saw the way it was full. Because of lack of structures, and Gideon Moi, I think, felt that failure of that event was going to fall on him and impact on him negatively. So he decided, okay, let us move on. So lack of structures also forced Gideon Moi to cancel the event. And lastly, I think there is President Uhuru Kenyatta's hand in all this. One Kenya Alliance politics post 2022. Uhuru Kenyatta has preference for Gideon Moi. These other core principles have realized that. So they don't want anything which can work to the advantage of Gideon Moi. That's why Musalia Mudavadi is always ready for One Kenya Alliance rallies in Kakamega or in Western Kenya, because he knows there he has support there. Nakuru, what would have happened? Gideon Moi would have taken credit. That would propel, for example, Gideon Moi. People will start thinking that Gideon Moi has the ability and the capacity to organize a huge rally. And they don't want this. Why? Because President Uhuru Kenyatta is promising Gideon Moi support in 2022. I mean, in 2027. So post-2022 politics is also playing a key role in what we are seeing happening to One Kenya Alliance movement. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day. Bye-bye.